This is David Chen, a master marketer working every day with artificial intelligence, which is becoming more ingrained into all areas of business, especially marketing. Listen in to learn more about not merely how AI will shape the field of marketing, but also how to use current AI models in order to generate your own website.
One of the things we've been asking all of our AI experts is what exactly AI is. How would you answer?
I would say that definition has changed a lot, even the last 6 months. In the past, I think we would have referred to AI more as like automation or even machine learning. The new wave of AI is all about, can I solve a process better than a human can? Or what is the boundary in executing that? I think when it comes to how it gets adopted, there's just a mental shift in the application side.
How are you using Gen AI today yourself? Maybe you can expand on that with also like the areas of like where you use human technologies and AI in your work.
I'm replacing video production right now as a core use case. It's just like pure AI video generation. I think the one that actually might be very relevant to you guys actually is going to be just application building. So if you are all building apps, the architecture for app building has just suddenly and violently changed. I use it for coding. I'm also using it to just automate brainstorming, research. You can also have it make PowerPoint decks now. So I would say if I had the time, I would try to use it for everything. I also rigorously benchmark it so I understand, does it do better than a human being or not? Because in this universe where computational power is just growing and you can just buy more, the question actually isn't about speed. It's not about cheap. It's about a more fundamental question, which is, do I give the AI the right set of instructions, right? And can it actually do the task better than I can? So there are certain situations where I actually think context is the biggest missing part. So just as an example, if I go through and I had an AI just respond to all of my emails, it probably wouldn't do a good job because I'm calling people, talking to people. They won't know the context of what's happened, right? So the next big layer of AI is actually, how do I push context into these machines? I think there's always like these two things that I explore when I look at just AI applications. One of them is, am I the user providing enough information for it to do the task well, and can it do the task better? And there's many things that it's not better at right now. I think that's going to be changing rapidly. In fact, that it is changing really, really fast over the last bit. And programming is actually probably the biggest one. People, not surprisingly, the tech industry are automating their own jobs first. And so they have been able to basically develop these coding applications that can one shot and build applications extremely quickly. And so even when it comes to like coding, if you are building an app right now, the way that you were probably building it is already outdated because that building process has changed drastically in the last 3 weeks.
What do you think the best tools are to learn more about AI?
Go to Gemini 2.5, which by the way is completely free. It's called Google AI Studio. It could be used without any kind of cost right now. Screen record a website that you want to build and give it 2 sentences on what you're trying to do and have it coded out and execute it right away.
What's like one tip you would give students looking to pursue AI in the future? And maybe you can also recommend them like one app or AI tool to use in the future.
There's been such a radical shift in the way to think about it that the key thing to understand is, what am I good at, right? What is AI good at? Like, these tools are just going to continue to get better because the way capitalism works. There is going to be a sudden and exponential shift in how AI grows and continues to build things. And the best way to learn about it is to just, I would call it like automate the mundane, because the mundane is actually extremely complicated, right? Like, think about the questions that, in our dialogue today, the things that you're thinking about. You actually have a lot of complex thought that goes into it. But for the most part, I would say people in general are suffering in AI for two reasons. One is that they don't know how to instruct the bot on what to do because they treat it like a genius versus like a human. Whereas I talk to AI like a human being. It's not really that complicated. The two is about just giving it the context, right, of like what the ask is. And maybe there's one more thing, which is knowing what tools are best for what task. And today, I'm even just using AI to do research on the best tools to do this first.
Yeah, I think this has been really insightful. Thanks so much for your time.